now jump to some transfer stories. Now, don't forget, in Ghana, the window was shut last night at 11:59 p.m. That's when Ghana's transfer window for the Ghana Premier League Division 1 and the others closed at 11:59 p.m. last night. The window was shut for the transfer business to be done in Ghana. Some teams made sure they got them some deals done. I'll run by you some deals that were done late, and of course those who wrapped up the deals and ensured that by the end of last night, 11:59, they had done their business and all was well with them in the Ghana League season, I mean. So let's begin from, in Swatreman, who last night managed to ensure that their midfielder, Caleb Asamoah, joined Young Apostles to the end of the season on a loan deal. That's for Caleb Asamoah of Inswatreman. He's now joined Young Apostles on a season loan. So the season comes to an end from Inswatreman to Young Apostles in the Ghana Premier League. That's the man you're short now, Caleb Asamoah. Let's go on from Caleb now to Flavio Congoza Flavio. He also has joined Brecum Chelsea. So the season comes to an end, also on a loan. That's Flavio Congoza. He has joined Brecum Chelsea on a season-long loan to the season comes to an end. That's from to Brecum Chelsea in the GPL. Now to Division 1 football as well, where Ebusuan Dwarfs managed to also land Marvin Jani. Marvin Jani joined Ebusuan Dwarfs also on loan to the season comes to an end in the Ghana. So that's the Division 1 football transfer news for you. Back to the GPL, where Isaac Frimpong has joined Vision FC from Hearts of Folk on a loan. So the season comes to an end. That is for Frimpong Isaac to Vision FC from Hearts of Folk. So the season comes to an end. Still with Vision FC, they managed to sign Gideon Asante Yeboah, also on loan from Hearts of Folk as well. Gideon Asante joined Vision FC from Hearts of Folk, also on loan. That's some great news on the local front. Talking about the Phobians, Hearts of Folk, they have ensured that they have signed on Set Osei, midfielder. He joined them obviously on a free. He joined them together with Kwesi Asma, who joined also from Nagod FC here in Division Football in the Greater Accra region. So these two boys were done. Deals were done for them by Hearts of Folk. So they are with the Hearts of Folk team as it stands. If you go to Kotoko as well, they were busy in the transfer window. They managed to get some deals done. A number of them were done. The likes of Kampoku was signed. Samson Eduku was signed by Kotoko. Michael Sefa also was signed by Kotoko, as well as Adrian Daniel Ajete was done. Lastly was Kwesi Asante, whose deal was done also yesterday by the Pokemon Royals. These are the players you see on your screens. Kotoko signed 6 new players in the window. Prosper Ogum, very busy on the window front, getting these new players, 6 of them in before the window shuts for the Porcupine Warriors. Kotoko, that's in the Ghana Premier League. Let's now from that jump to the international front now and look at some international transfer stories or rumors being worked on by the international front or the teams out there in Europe. We'll begin from Marcus Rashford. He's been in the news all this while. I don't know why he keeps getting up again. Now his reps or agents met with Barca on Tuesday before the game between Barca and Benfica in Portugal. The agents of Rashford met officials of Barca in Portugal in a bid to get a deal done for the player before the window shuts at the end of the month of January. That's in Europe. From Rashford, who currently is a player of United, let's go on to Arsenal, where Arsenal have made a bid or an inquiry about trying to sign 21-year-old Slovakian striker who plays for RB Leipzig. That's the man in your shorts, Benjamin Sesko. He's a player of RB Leipzig, but Arsenal are looking for a striker, and they have approached this gentleman's camp in a bid to try and get him to join Arsenal. So that's Sesko in your shorts now. Arsenal are looking at getting him from RB Leipzig from the German Bundesliga as it stands now. From Germany, let's go on to Milan in Italy. That's AC Milan. And that they've agreed a deal now to sign City defender Kyle Walker. 34 years old he is now. He's a player of City. And this is that he has told Pep Guardiola he wants to leave, and Pep has said okay to him. So we are told that the deal has been agreed between the agents, the player, and also the club. AC Milan are getting their man in Kyle Walker from City. 34-year-old Kyle Walker. A deal worth around 4.2 million euros. That's how much the player will be getting if he leaves initially on a loan, and then the deal will be done when the player, joins them. That's for City and Kyle Walker. Back to United, Manchester, where their midfielder or winger Alejandro Garnacho again is in the news today, in that 2 days ago I told you about Napoli wanting to get a deal done for Garnacho to join them from United. Today, news is that the same player, Garnacho, Chelsea, are looking at getting the player in rather. My question is, will Man U want to strengthen their rivals in the EPL by letting Garnacho join them this season? We'll find out. But the news is that Chelsea are looking at getting the player in to join them. That's Garnacho, to join them from Man U. And that's according to TYC Sport, VAR Metro in the UK, with this particular transfer story. Back to Arsenal, who are looking for a striker, so they are going all over trying to get someone in as a striker. I told you about Benjamin Sesko of Leipzig. Again, the Arsenal folks are also trying to get Juve's out-of-sort striker, Dusan Vlahovic. Dusan is now mostly on the bench at Juve because the coach has issues with him, and so mostly he's on the bench for Juve. Arsenal is exploiting the possibility of getting Vlahovic to join them this window. So we'll see if they can get it done, the deal over Vlahovic for Arsenal football. According to main man football transfers with that news. Back to Napoli. And it has to do with Dortmund's midfielder or attacker, Karim Adeyemi, the man in your shots now. Napoli are looking for a winger because they have released Kvaratskhelia to join PSG. So they're looking for a replacement for him at Napoli. And they've approached Dortmund for their main winger in Karim Adeyemi, the man in your shots now, to join them at Napoli in the Italian Serie, according to Fabrizio Romana, with this piece of news out there for us. Now to Chelsea now, where the trio of Chelsea players, including Portugal defender Renato Vega, who's 21 years old, he's pushing for a move to Juventus because they're getting playing time at Chelsea and wants to force a move out to Juve to join them in this window. Again, Italian midfielder Cesare Casadei, 22-year-old, is also pushing for a move to join Lazio, who are putting a bid of 11.5 million euros to try and get Casadei from Chelsea to join them at Lazio in the Serie A. Still with Chelsea, defender Ben Chilwell is also getting interest from Everton, also in the English Premier League. So these three names of Chelsea, don't be surprised if they make moves before the window shuts at the end of the month to either Lazio for Casadei, Juve for Vega, and for Chilwell, Everton is a team that are interested in him, as you can see in your shots, the man in your shots now. Let's go on to Nottingham Forest in the English Premier League. They have been a surprise package this season as they are doing so well. Nottingham Forest. Now they are tracking Wolverhampton Wanderers attacker Matthias Cunha. He's been in some brilliant form this season for Wolves in the Premier League. Now Nottingham are looking at getting this player on board, and they are preparing a bid in a region of £60 million. 60 million pounds for Matthias Cunha to join them at Nottingham Forest in the English Premier League. Now Juventus, back to Italy again now, and Juve have offered Chelsea their Brazilian midfielder Douglas Luiz, who is also on the radar of City, his summer club, and also Arsenal. He was with Aston Villa last season, but joined Juventus, but not getting playing time at Juve. So Juve have offered him to Chelsea in a bid to see if Chelsea will be interested in getting this player, Douglas Luiz, on, to join Chelsea this season in the English Premier League. So the very last piece of news, last one rather, it has to do with Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba has been out of football for some time now, but the reports are that he's returning to football in very, very soon. However, he's considering several offers from teams in Europe, also in Asia, in the Arabian world, and even in America. A possible deal to be announced very soon for Paul Pogba to join one of these teams out there in the English. That's indeed for Paul Pogba. But of course, don't forget that City have also announced a deal for a player they have just signed on. That is Egyptian international Omar Mamouche. They have signed him for around 70 million. Mamouche is now a player of City. He has joined them from Frankfurt in the Bundesliga. Deal is now done. He's a player of City. That's the man in your shots now. Omar Mamouche, an Egyptian international. He's a new Egyptian king, and he's signed on for City in the Premier League from Frankfurt in the German Bundesliga. That's the latest transfer news we have for you on the show.